Okay, here we have my 1960 3.8 automatic Mark II Jaguar. It's been a project. I got it in early 2011. It had been not used for about 10 years. It belonged to an old Chinese gentleman. He's a businessman. He'd always had the work done on it by professionals. You can see paint's pretty good. I had it resprayed about 18 months ago, and you know, the paint actually wasn't too bad. It was redone in 1996, but when I took it to the panel beater, this guy I knew. Anyway, he talked me into a complete respray, $8,000. The whole thing was done in 2-pack sealer, and then it was done with 2-pack and clear. The number plates won't come with it. It's on full West Australian registration, but I'll take the number plates off and put them on one of my other cars. So yeah, look, you know, the paint is beautiful. I've got some 2-pack left over that you can have with it. Tinted windows. It's a good looking thing. You can see, look, the paint is really good, but there's a few little spots. I think the apprentice might have done the surface preparation. Like, it was an $8,000 spray. It wasn't a $12,000 or a $20,000 spray. So many of you will know the difference. And look, it's okay. There's a couple of little bits of rust, and which were cut out. But there's a little bit here in the corner of this door. It's just starting to come back through again. Don't think the surface preparation was done quite right. I say there is some paint to touch that up. It's not too bad. It sort of happened within about 6 weeks of the respray, and it hasn't got any worse. There's a few little spots, you know, and where you can see the surface preparation just wasn't perfect. I don't know if you can see. Just along here, you can see when they've rubbed it back, they just didn't get it spot on. You probably can't even see, even in the high definition video, but in just the sun hits it in a certain spot, you can just see. And look, most people wouldn't even notice it, but I notice it. You know, it's my car. You know, if you're a car guy, you know what that's like. You can sort of see from here, looks fine. But if you just catch the sun on a couple little spots, you can see the surface preparation wasn't perfect, as you sort of expect with an $8,000 respray. So there's I'll just try and show you sort of close up, and you can have a really good look. You can see, yeah, it's a nice paint job. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but there's just a few little spots, and I go, oh geez, for the extra 10 minutes that it would have taken on that spot to get that perfect, and it just isn't. You know what it's like with 2-pack and a dark colour. And then clear, you just see every little surface blemish. And if you look at the line of the car, it's pretty damn good, but just the odd little spot that isn't perfect. I'd still say it's 9 out of 10, but anyway, you did me a favour. It was a good job for the money. And there's just that one little spot for some reason, I don't know why. Whether or not there was a little bit of nicky from when it was restored in the 90s in it, and it's reacted with the 2-pack sealer, I don't know, but you sort of push it and it doesn't feel like rust, it feels like some sort of surfacey thing. Look, you wouldn't even notice, really. There's a couple of tiny little runs and marks that you can't even feel, but you can just see underneath the clear, just a couple of spots. And look, you know, look at the mirror finish on that. You can see the garden being reflected. But, you know, it is really good, but I don't want you to think it's show paint, that's all. Now the chrome is pretty good. Polished all that back up myself. And it came up beautiful. The wheels are good. Yeah. Bolt-on wires. Look here. Close up at the back. I'm trying to give you a look like you were here, actually down, you know, having a good look at the car. There's another little spot there. You can see. I don't know if you can see that, but just here, I can see it here, where it wasn't perfectly flat. You can't feel it, but with the clear on, you can just see it's not perfect. The line's not perfect. And a couple of little spots here, you know. But you probably can't even see it in high definition video, but you get really, really close with your reading glasses on, and you'll see that it's not show paint. I don't want you to think it is, because it does look really, really, really good, and it is really, really good. But there's a few little surface imperfections in different spots. Look at the back of it. That classy looking thing in this colour with the wire wheels goes really, really well, this car. Supposedly the engine was done in the mid-90s, maybe early 90s. From what the guy who got it off told me, it's done about 24,000 miles when I got it. I think it's done about 30,000 now. A few little things need doing to it, and I'll tell you that when we go and have a look on the hoist. I'll tell you a few little things that need doing to it to finish the project off. Okay, look, here's a quick look at the engine. It's not that pretty, but it pulls like a train, this thing. Now, I was told that the old fellow who owned it had this engine done up in the early 90s. Now, I don't have receipts or anything. Thing goes really well. It's got fantastic compression. Look, I've got the standard air cleaner is off it, and I've got K&N air filters on it. It's a brand new battery, but I have the air cleaner for it, so you can put it back to stock if you want to. It's got a thematic fan on it. You can see I've got the heater out. That was one of the next jobs that I was going to do, put new bearings in the fan in the heater. The heater box is there, it just needs to be refitted. Really, if I've done so much of the work on this car, if you're the sort of person who wants something, there's a bit of a project, but that is very little to finish it off, but you want to put a little bit of your own energy into it, I think you'd really love this car, because, you know, I've put a lot of money into it, and if you want to then finish it off, I think you're going to have a really, really, really nice vehicle. Engine is really strong. I'll show it to you running in a little while, and we'll take it for a drive. So that's about it. What I want to do now, let's have a look underneath the car. We'll put it up on my hoist. I haven't had it up on the hoist for quite a while. It's got a brand new fuel pump on it. The brakes were fully redone, stainless steel sleeves in early 2011. So let's have a look underneath, and I won't wipe it or anything, I'll just show you what it's like. Okay, here we have it up on the hoist. You can see it's got fairly new shocks all round. They went in 2011. This is a common fault with these bloody things. This thing underneath here is just a very thin steel plate, which was designed to stop dirt and stuff getting up into this new channel of the subframe, and is very prone to corrosion, as Jag guys will tell you. It's not structural in any way. It's just like so many of these, just this very thin piece of metal here has got a few rust holes in it. I've actually got a second-hand one in excellent condition that you can have if you pay the full price for it, as you can with all the spares. It's really tight. You can see as I shake the front end, fairly new tie rods. The disc brakes squeal a little bit on the front, and I've actually got a set of brand new ventilated discs also, which I'll throw in for full price. All the stuff that I've got on, which I was going to do for you know, for the next sort of stage of the project, you can have if you pay full price. You can see, look, now I haven't had this up on the hoist for 12 months. There's a tiny, tiny little bit of oil there. That's it, you know, so it's pretty much free of oil. It's a tiny, tiny little bit of oil there. That's just honestly how it is after 12 months. You see, structurally underneath, it's a very sound old thing. It's got gas shocks on the back. They went on in 2011, early 2011. Diff's nice and quiet. You can see the floor's all solid. No rust in the floor that I've ever seen. I'm trying to make this as much like as if you were here with me inspecting it for yourself. The jacking points in good condition. This one here has had some work welding done on it at some point, and this one was okay, but it had a little bit of rust down here, so I actually welded in a brand new jacking point there. And see, the exhaust is excellent. There's once again this tiny drop of oil there in the diff, but yeah, nothing really. So you can see I had all new brake lines and stuff put on it early 2012. I'll show you the prop shaft. It's all in pretty damn good condition really. Just an honest original old 3.8 Mark II. Okay, I'll just show you the wheels there. These are bolt-on wire wheels. They're in excellent condition. As I said, it was resprayed in 2013. Another one, the spare's the same. And it's got the full Jaguar, original Jaguar toolkit with it. Yeah, so it was resprayed 18 months ago or so, I suppose. And I was actually, you know, the paint really even wasn't that bad. And I was just going to have the paint, the areas where it was a bit rough, touched up. So it's pretty good. New Jaguar badge. Anyway, the panel beater's actually a guy I know, and he talked me into a full respray. I ended up spending $8 on the paint. And so it's pretty good. You see, look, the chrome's not showed chrome, but it's actually not too bad. It's a bit dirty here. I'll take it out and give it a good wash, and I'll show you all sort of clean. And anyway, this guy talked me into new paint. You can see, look, the paint's pretty good. That's dirty, so you'll see it when it's all clean. It's a 2-pack respray. The whole car was sealed with 2-pack primer, and then it was painted with 2-pack and then clear. It's got new mirrors on it, that sort of thing. It's got tinted windows. Had tinted windows on it when I got it. There was a couple of little patches of rust that were cut out, and one of them's actually just starting to come back through here. You can see as I catch the thing. The guy said it'll be fine. I said, let's put metal in it. He said, no, it'll be fine. But of course, it's come back through. But it's the only spot that it's actually happened. It really probably needs to be done. Again, the rest of it's excellent. Look, the surface, it was an $8 respray, not a $12 or $20 respray. So the surface preparation wasn't perfect. And there's a few little spots. I'll just show you outside in the sun. A few little spots where you can see the surface preparation probably wasn't as good as it perhaps could have been. I think the apprentice did it. But, you know, you've got to look really close. The paint is excellent. And so all that's been done. All up, I've put well over $25,000 into this car. And, you know, look, I've seen a lot of $25,000 Mark IIs, and I reckon this car is better than most of them. You can see here along here a little bit, I don't know if you can catch that, where the surface preparation I just don't think was as good as it could have been. But, you know, it's pretty damn good. The thing about the clear over the 2-pack is, you know, you just see every little ripple. But I'll tell you what, outside in the sun, it looks really, really, really good. Seeing the reflection in there, you're going to see how good the paint is. Reflection of the shed in there. It's just like you're here. I just want to show you as much as I can the car, like you were here actually looking at it. And if you're just looking at this for fun, you'll get really bored. But if you're seriously looking at buying it, I'm sure you'll be glad that I'm showing you as much of this detail. There's a few other little patches of rust here and there that were cut out, and they haven't come back through in 18 months, so I think it's pretty safe to say that they were done properly. It's just that one little patch there which seems to have come through, and there's a few little surface defects on it. And the guy put the windscreen back in, he marked it with a little tool. There's a little, no, it didn't go through the paint or anything, but there's a tiny little mark in the, around the where the windscreen went in. I'll give you a look at the inside of it. Seats are original. That really look. These seats, front seats are okay, but if you really want to improve the car, I'd be putting seat covers on the front. The interior's pretty good. Pretty bloody good. You can see the door cards and all that. Back seat's excellent. Whether or not it was recovered, I don't know. Maybe it was, or maybe it just hasn't been used much. I don't really know. It's not the original headliner, and I was never really happy with it. Look, it's okay. It was redone in the early 90s when the car was restored, and resprayed and restored in the early 90s. But they didn't use the proper Jaguar felt headlining. So look, I've got a genuine one ready to go in. That was another job I haven't got around to, and look, if you pay full price for the car, I'm happy to throw that in. So you'll have the new headline to put in as well. You have to pay someone to do that, or you can do it yourself. And the fur flex here, see, is a bit tatty. I've got brand new fur flex for it as well, so you can have that as well, and you can put that in. All the jobs that I wasn't going to do. Look, I've been working on it. I've had a lot of fun with it. My mum died 12 months ago, and she left me some money, and it was enough for me to get out of debt, and I bought an E-Type Jaguar. So I haven't touched this car project-wise since Mum died 12 months ago. So I'm not going to finish it. I'm going to say, I think when it's finished, it's going to be a $25,000 car. At the moment, I reckon it's probably worth $19 or $20, but I priced it a bit lower than that because I want the person to buy it, be really happy with it, finish it off with the few things that need doing to it, and have a $25,000 car that they're going to really enjoy. Okay, so let's have a cold start. Now, I haven't. So the choke is a switch down underneath the dash there, electric choke. New fuel pump. Cold start. Starts really easy. Electric choke. The oil pressure gauge is problematic. A bit of a cold morning here in Perth today. There we go. The oil pressure gauge is problematic. There it is. So you give it a bit of a hit and it's better. Yeah, now it's showing. Right, see, 45. You're driving along and sometimes it's okay, and then it'll drop to 0 and then it goes up. I've had a mechanical oil pressure gauge on it and it's fine. There's something wrong with the gauge or the sender or something. Another thing I haven't actually got around to. See, look, the dash is, the inside of it's actually pretty good. Takes a little while to warm up. The choke's off now. See, the tacho's pretty good. It sits pretty well without dancing around. Listen to that motor, how strong it is. That's pretty cold. Settling down to idling at 500 revs. I'll go and I'll show you it running underneath the bonnet. Yeah, look, 40 pounds idle, cold. Settles down to about 30, I guess, at idle when it's warmed up. Okay, there she is running cold. In here she's purring away. Yeah, there's a little bit of lifter noise, rocker noise. These things, you know, it's actually pretty quiet. There's a whole bunch of receipts, but the story is the old fellow who had it was an old Chinese guy. He knew nothing about cars, so he paid to have everything done to it. Was regularly serviced until he sort of put it away for 10 years and didn't drive it. Brakes were buggered when I got it. But the story is that Veals here in Perth reconditioned the engine for him in the early 90s, but he didn't have the receipts for it. But by the sound of that, you know, according to him, it had done 24,000 miles. It's probably done 30,000 now, and you know, this thing, it goes really well. You'll see in a minute when we take it for a drive. You see she's got seat belts front and back, retractor seat belts in the front. So let's take it for a bit of a spin. Stick her into drive. It's a bit rough. Okay, so off we go. Look, smooth ride, these Mark 2s. Love it. So that's cold. Listen to that. No power steering on it, but it's actually not too bad. It's not too bad at all, really. How heavy it is. Listen to that. You know, look, I'll tell you, this mechanically, this thing is really good. Hear that squeal? Those front brakes, it's a bit annoying. That's why I bought brand new ventilated discs for it, which you can have, you can put on yourself if you want to. Gearbox is good. Automatic transmission's good. It's a DG box, you know. Any of you Jag guys, you know what a DG's like. You know, they're pretty agricultural compared to the Borg Warners later on. But you know, it's actually a good box, and the you know, the intermediate speed hull works fine. So. Okay, let's go into reverse. Yeah, it's nice and smooth. Show you in the boot, and here's the new headlining and everything. It's also sun visors, and there's the Verflex there, see too. And it's got a full tool kit. Full tool kit in there. Got $1,000 for one of them. So tyres are about 80%. There's the second-hand cross member I mentioned, which is in perfect condition. If you want to put that in, look, you're welcome to it if you want it. There's the air cleaner. Now here's the heater box. I took it out, as I said, because the fan bearings were noisy and I haven't got around to putting that back in, so that's not a huge job either for you to finish off. And they're pretty agricultural, these heaters, but it's nice to have it in there. There's the new ventilator disc for it. I got this when I bought the car, so this is the restoration that was done in the early 90s by the fellow got it off. Look, there's a heap of registrations, there's lots and lots of receipts. There isn't receipts for a full rebuild of the engine, but there is a lot of work that's been done on it. The story I was told was that it was restored, but he didn't have the receipts for it. You know, it seemed fairly genuine, but you know, I can't guarantee that. There's some work. Oh, it was actually 96. There's from West Perth Panel and Paint. There's a heap of stuff that was done when the restoration was done. There's heaps of receipts, history of the thing. You can see all sorts of stuff. Registration going, you know, back to the 80s. Stuff that's been done to it over the years. Different mobs. Franz and Jaguar. Don't even know if they're still around now. Steering stuff that was done in the 80s. So yeah, it's all good. Sort of useful stuff to have. Okay, look, there it is in a different light. And you can see it's even got a new badge on the front of it. It's come up really nice. Runs nice and cool. So there it is. It's you know, it really only needs a few things done to really finish it off. If it was finished, I'd be asking 25 grand for it. I've spent over 25 grand on it. But as it stands, there's a few things that need to be done to it. It really needs, I reckon that you should probably cover the front seats. I've got a brand new headlining felt for it, Furflex. That needs to go in to really tidy it up. Or you could leave it as it is, but you know, you'll get that with it if you pay full price. Mechanically, it's really sound. It's a good strong motor. You can hear that when we took it for a drive. It goes like a train, roars off. You know, really strong. Gearbox is strong. Diff's nice and quiet. The brakes have been done. The cooling systems are working really well. Runs nice and cool. I don't know what else I can tell you about it. If you're serious about it, not just having a chat. If you're serious about it, you know, let me know and give me a call, and we can have a talk about it. But really, you know, I've tried to show you everything I possibly can in the video. Please don't offer me 6 grand or want to swap your rusty old EH Holden for it. You know, I'm just going to think you're a bloody idiot. You know, any of you car guys, you know how much it costs to do these cars up. So, look, it's a great old thing, and I hope that it goes to a really good home. Sounds like a Jag, should have done it.